Hello and welcome. My name is William. I'm a sociologist at the University of Warwick, but today in No Sociology, I wanted to share with you my journey making, producing and publishing films in Britain, being someone of Muslim and Polish background. This video is a reflection on an attempt of mine at producing a documentary for my own research project and trying to get it published. The journey is not an easy one, but I want to show that it is possible. I want to highlight some examples, such as Fero's Khan, who managed to secure a few awards for his films, Derkan Doğan, who had to go back to film school in order to gather a film crew and get his first shorts produced, or someone like Iqbal Mohammed, who is a pharmacist by training, but managed to secure BA5 funding after years of uphill battle, which is completely insane. I guess we all have in common not only our passion for films, but having had to do this work of reverse engineering the British film industry, understand how it works, how do you get in, and how eventually can you get films out. I am not a trained filmmaker. My main job is I am a researcher at university. I have a PhD in sociology, and I have used film and photography to illustrate my research, make it more accessible, and also give back to the people I do research with and engage in a discussion with my audience. But film, since the beginning, before even I was doing sociology, is what I'm passionate about. I like to tell stories through moving images. However, it is possible to be an academic and a filmmaker at the same time. People such as Nisha Kapoor. She produced 2 films with director Fero based on her book and research project Deport, Deprive, Extradite. Or PhD candidate Awa Farah for her film Somalinimo, which was published in The Guardian. For you to see where I come from, well, I am the son of Polish parents of working class background who migrated from Poland to France in the 80s. They are not artists, they're not academics, they don't have any networks. I didn't go to film school, and later on I migrated myself from France to the UK in 2013. So I had absolutely no access to networks. I had no knowledge about the film industry in Britain, how it works, no access to high-end equipment or to film crews. To be familiar with the industry, yet I managed to get a few things out. In 2006, I started with photography. I explained the journey in details in another video where I basically had a training with a professional photographer that allowed me to get enough skills for me to secure first funding for my first photographic documentaries. And later on, I gathered public funding, I got some crowdfunding that allowed me to upgrade my kit and release my first documentary about Polish Muslims, which is freely available on YouTube. I translated it in 3 languages, the 3 languages I speak, French, Polish and English, and it managed to gather something around 200,000 views so far. It was premiered at the Polish Embassy in London, it was acquired by a streaming service. And later on, I experimented with drama and I did a short which was acquired by a TV channel and then a streaming service. However, I am very far from being in the British film industry or working with any production company, any studios. For now, how I manage is I just do freelance videos for companies, initiatives, classic stuff really, where I started like many freelancers do, doing gigs for nothing or really low paid, and the occasional gig with a great brand where you're paid an insane amount of money, and this money is immediately reinvested in your equipment, which is aging and breaking down. The project I'm working on at the moment is called The Diaspora Strikes Back. Long story short, we've got some grassroots organizations that tell people that there is a way of resisting, there is a way of healing, and there is a way of flourishing. And you've got many of them in the fields of the arts, protection of the environment, mental health care, culture and heritage, community organizing, and much more. The film based on my research project would be a series of portraits of all of these amazing people I've met during my fieldwork and do amazing things for transforming people's lives. So I'm thinking the films I've done before, which were publicly funded, which were commercially acquired and publicized in institutions like the Polish embassy. I all did them while I was only a student. And now is a time where I am officially a researcher at the university. And for this research, I got this massive grant, which is something around £300,000 to work on my very own research project. So naturally, I'm telling myself, let's use this position and this funding to get this message out in the world and aim at a larger scale, thinking nationally or internationally. Why not? But I'm a strategic guy and I'm thinking, first of all, let's check if I tick all the boxes. I've published books and articles on my research project that I have been working on since 2009. I have presented at numerous conferences, done many public engagement events. I have one feature documentary which was commercially acquired and publicly funded and premiered at the Polish embassy in London. I have a short drama which was commercially acquired as well. It doesn't mean that the quality of my movies is stellar, but it means that people were trusting me enough to give money and to see these works produced. For this particular project, I already had some other cards on my hand, meaning that thanks to this massive grant, I already had the money to produce the documentary. I only needed someone to publish it. The second thing is, this is a work in progress, meaning that any production company supporting this project would have had a say in how they wanted the final product to look like, or they could shape it in a way they really wanted to. And to give a taster to potential sponsors, TV channels and media outlets, I produced a trailer for it, which can be seen on Vimeo. For the pitching document, meaning the script, the film treatment and so on, I got some friends working in TV and film industry to double check these documents to make sure that they are up to current standards. And when it came to pitching itself, well, it was not me, little Will, pitching out of nowhere these big companies, TV channels and media outlets. It was my university, meaning that it had an official dimension. It was them, my university, who wrote to these TV channels and media outlets saying that, look, we've got this project, we've got funding, we've got an expert, is it something you'll be interested in? So everyone really praised the production quality of the trailer I've produced and were amazed at the fact that if they were to support the project, they wouldn't have any penny to spend on it because I already had the funding. However, every single said no. But the response my university got from these TV channels and companies, which are on a national level, and that the university forwarded me, was telling. They said, they wrote in the email that, yes, look, we are happy to produce or sponsor content about Muslims only if it is entertainment, comedy shows, reality TV, or crime. And it was in 2019. And of course, it was a huge disappointment because I couldn't understand why, and I have spent a few hundreds of hours working on the trailer alone. And me having now this position, this massive grant and funding readily available, couldn't understand why was it posing a problem. It was painful, but then later on I flipped the narrative upside down. If they were to offer me £1 million to complete this project, would I say yes? Now that I know that they want entertainment. And this is when you understand that getting a no for an answer can be a powerful filter. Because I just thought for myself, who am I? Am I an entertainer? Am I someone who makes people laugh, produces comedy? And who are these people who I have been working and doing research with since 2009? Are they entertainers? These Muslims who feed the homeless, these Muslims who visit the elderly, these Muslims who visit prisoners, who campaign for changing the climate policies, these people who help people with their mental health struggles. Are these comedians? Are these entertainers? Do I want them and use their time and their energy to provide comedy for the entertainment of the British people? To be very honest, it took me a number of years, a long journey to come to that point where I can say that, well, you know what, I'm happy they said no, because I trust my skills, I trust my expertise, I trust the quality of my research, I trust the quality of my filmmaking, and I trust the importance of that research project and the work these people are doing. And it's only a matter of time and meeting the right people before this project actually comes to life. But I couldn't know all these variables and these facts when I was much younger. If you have been facing the same challenges, here are, I would say, 3 lessons I've learned from this experience. The first one is that impact is not in our control. All we can do is just plant the seeds, convey the message. And how this message is received is not in our control. When a gardener plants seeds, some of them may grow, some of them may not. Some of them may grow instantly and some of them may take some time before growing. But ultimately, all the results are not in our hands. The second is, no matter how you present yourself, no matter how high you get in society, no matter how you change your appearance or you change your message, you're always going to have people who are going to dislike what you are doing, what even you are, just by existing. And there's nothing we can do about this. The only key thing in life is to make a difference between people who either project their own pain, frustrations, or their own hatred of certain things, and people who actually want to see you improving, to see your work improving, and will provide constructive criticism. At the end of the day, there's a simple checklist I go through. If I am confident in my skills, if I have consulted people around me, if I have the right intentions, if I have understood the landscape I'm navigating in, and then I have made sure that my work is actually helping people, then the only thing I can do is just carry on. It is only a matter of the right time and meeting the right people, and you don't have control on this. All you can do is improve your chances, and here's a few ideas on how to do it. Keep working, producing and improving, build your portfolio. Try to brainstorm ideas with friends and make these ideas come true. Reach out to friends and friends of friends in the film industry. Reach out and ask for advice from people in the industry, especially producers or commissioning editors and people who sit on funding panels. Look for examples of successful grant application documents, so you know what to write in your grant application. You can use crowdfunding platform or ask directly people you think will support your project face to face. Another technique, if you have money, is to hire fundraising consultants. These people can help you write the perfect application or find the perfect sources of funding. However, their fees can be sometimes expensive. You know, it's not about the number of viewers, it's not about the money you get from films, and it's about the quality of the impact of what you deliver to people. And I'd rather make a film which is seen by only 10 people, but making these 10 people cry because they resonate with the message, than producing something for 10 million people and nothing would change in the world. I am not doing films for the number of viewers, I'm not doing films for profit, and thanks to my day job, I am in a position where I have the time and the luxury of writing my scripts and imagining stories that are unconstrained by any production needs, by the demands of a particular audience, or by the productivity needs of certain studios. Lots of filmmakers have managed to get the word out somehow with very limited resources, very limited networks or access to equipment, but somehow they made it. So I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. And again, this is not a channel about filmmaking or whatever, so please do not subscribe, do not boost my engagement rates. I don't need it. I'm not doing videos for that. I'm just here to try to share my experience, hoping that someone who has struggled in a similar way can benefit from my experiences and misadventures. So thank you again so much for watching. Please take care of each other, and until next time.